If you have your act together, then this video is not for you. However, if you are hurting and want a better life, then you should think about fixing that. You're not going to wake up one morning to be more chipper. You're not going to wake up tomorrow and get into a warrior pose. Yes, micro habits can help get you there, but the truth is, without healing yourself, nothing will fill that void. You are not damaged. You may be broken, but you can heal and you can make that life for yourself. Yes, that life that you secretly think about, the one you think you don't deserve. In this video, we are going to get to the bottom of it. You will come out of it victorious and have the life that you want for yourself. Inspired? Let's begin. In this video, we will cover 20 pointers to lay the foundations of the journey we are about to embark on. There is something about the Zen element that we all seek in life. Even if you believe in the hustle culture, you still crave a Zen holiday every once in a while. Am I right? The truth is, as humans, we need balance. We seek to sit in that sweet spot of equilibrium where we have it all together. But for whatever reason, we find ourselves not there yet. You can find your way to a better life, a life where you thrive in your mental and emotional well-being. No, you don't have to pay thousands of dollars to book a retreat. This video is for the masses out there, everyday people, living life from fragment to fragment. How do you feel right now? Dig deeper into your soul. Do you feel broken? Do you feel inadequate? Always in lack and can't seem to measure up? Do you feel that you're not enough? Now, take a deep breath. You are not alone. Many of us feel that way. I used to feel that way too. But for the last 2 years, I have been working on myself. I have been working on healing that broken child inside of me. I'm not a professional therapist. What I share are simply things and practices that have worked for me. In this video, I will be sharing with you some interesting advice from a book I've read. The book is called You Can Heal Your Life by Louise Hay. It is one of the books that have helped me through this journey. I have not reached my destination. I am on a journey to heal myself with mindset shifts, love, and compassion. I urge you to try it. We were all flawed in some way, but we can embrace that flaw and shine in life regardless. Leonard Cohen said, "The idea is that everything is flawed, yet there is also hope despite the flaws. It is through the cracks where the lights come in." In the book, the author states, "Your point of power is in the present moment and is forming the experience of tomorrow, next week, next month, next year, and so on. So, ensure that you are filling up on all things positive. Negative thoughts had surrounded you and they could have played out to surround you in the past. But you can change that pattern. This is the present. Start now to fill up on positivity and your future will be so." the less self-hatred and guilt we have, the better our lives work on all levels. Think about it. Deep down, on some level, you may be harboring self-hatred, and it may also come with a side serving of guilt. Many of us fall prey to thinking that we're not good enough or we've not done enough. This thought will only contradict you each time you want to live a fulfilled life. You need to know that you are enough. You need to think it, say it, and believe it. Many books will tell you that your health problems are related to some form of emotion that you're holding on to. When I read in this book about the 4 pointers, of which I call the 4 thieves because they come to rob us from our health, I paused and I thought about it. I checked my body for symptoms and thought about people I knew who had such conditions. Take it with a pinch of salt, but honestly think about it. Would you rather hurt yourself just because your ego wants to hold on to these 4 thieves? The author writes, "How foolish for us to punish ourselves in the present moment because someone hurt us in the long ago past." Every one of us has a tainted past. If you don't, then I'm sorry to say that you haven't really lived at all. We made mistakes, we learned from them, and we move on. Some mistakes, however, can be forgotten, and yet some follow us with a label for life. Don't resent yourself for the mistakes of the past. You need to release the resentment and forgive all those included, including yourself. Release it. Say it out loud. Feel the release. If it is too much of weight, then I would recommend you writing a letter to that person who has hurt you. You may wish to pass the letter or keep it for yourself, but at least that weight has now been transferred from your heart to the paper. Forgiveness means giving up, letting go. It has nothing to do with condoning behavior. It's just letting the whole thing go. We do not have to know how to forgive. All we need to do is to be willing to forgive, states the writer. Dare I even address this issue? I have been asked before, if I forgive, does that mean I need to forget? What they have done doesn't go away. The hurt and the pain, all are very much there. Just as the author says, you're not condoning the behavior, you're just having to try to give up holding on to it. If not for the other person, do it for yourself. You deserve to be living a life that is pain-free. Do you lack self-worth? You just don't love yourself enough. You play down the compliments given to you, and you don't encourage positive talk in your head. If that is you, then you do lack self-worth. One very important sentence from this book. Then we began to listen to adults around us who had learned to be fearful, and we began to deny our own magnificence. Think about it. You were not always like that. As a baby, you lived and you were loved without having to earn it. As you grew, you took in the world and you took in the energy you were exposed to. The adults around you shaped your perspective of the world. Their fears became your fears. Their anxieties became your anxieties. Think about it. Do you worry about your finances excessively? When did you start doing that? Did you grow up with that? Was it displayed through the adults around you? As mentioned earlier, many a times our bodies will have a symptom or a reaction to something we are feeling. Research has shown that most of the diseases we get are due to our lifestyle and our stress, and yes, the emotions, frustrations that we cling on to. This goes to show that the disease goes way deeper than what you see. Wouldn't it be lovely if you could just go to the doctor's and he prescribes you some pills that are called Love Yourself to be taken 3 times a day, along with a side of syrup to be taken each morning called I Am Enough? Wouldn't that be lovely? Being the firstborn in my family came with tremendous pressures to be perfect. I needed to do it right, never fail, keep it together. The expectations were so clearly spelled out by my parents with their expressions of disappointment each time I didn't score well or behaved in an expected manner. I felt the pressure of never slipping up, never being able to actually live my life for myself. I grew up keeping everything inside. I desperately sought their approval, and soon I was seeking everyone's approval. I felt inadequate. I felt I wasn't enough. Thankfully, as I grew older, I started to question my feelings and people-pleasing ways. I started my journey to find myself. So if you can relate, you know that you need to get out of that mindset. I did it, you can too. Be kind to yourself. You need your own compassion the most. When it comes to parents, we must remember this quote from the book. We are all victims, and they could not possibly have taught us anything they did not know. To be fair, many a times our parents are doing their best, and in their shortfalls, they do what they can to provide and to teach. But sometimes life falls through the cracks, and we all do the best we can to move forward. It's time for mental housekeeping. In the book it states, some things you will look at with love, and you will dust them or polish them to give them new beauty. Some things will need refinishing or repair, and you will make a note to do that. Some things will never serve you again. So, remove that anger from the task. You have had been holding on to some beliefs or some way of life that has been imparted to you. But as you live your life, you find that those beliefs were not serving you anymore. Start to let go of them. No need to be resentful or angry about it. Simply know that you are letting go of them for a better life, and make peace with that. Blame is one of the surest ways to stay in a problem. In blaming another, we give away our power. Understanding enables us to rise above the issue and take control of our future. The past cannot be changed. The future is shaped by our current thinking. In the past, I would harbor some resentment towards my parents for all my shortcomings. I had to face life with it. But in time, I realized what was done was done. It was all in the past, and I do not want to stay there anymore. I wish to move forward. Also, as I moved forward with my own healing journey, I have come to realize that given their limitations, that was the best that they could do for me. Having been arranged married to each other was already a huge barrier they needed to overcome, and adding a baby to the mix did not do anyone well. I soon learned to empathize with their situation, and I figured they would have done better if they knew better. Even till today, sometimes they do stuff that enrage me, but I remind myself that they are too set in their ways, and that I could be a bigger person and respect them for all that they had done for me. By being compassionate to them, I know I can also find it in my heart to show myself the same compassion. I hope this video has been helpful to you. Healing truly is a journey. Next week, we will talk more about the point of power. Thank you for watching.